Vincent Van Gogh, people told him, you can't be a great painter, you only have one ear. You know what he said? I can't hear you.
Listening to Sippin' Sports, a Philly sports talk morning show with KJ and Dalt. Proudly powered by 302 Birds. Let's take it to the show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Sippin' Sports podcast. This morning, it's just Dalt on the mic. But if anybody wants to call in, talk Philly sports, now's your opportunity. That number's 302-316-4848. That's 302-316-4848. Hope to see you calling into the show. We got everything latest and greatest in Philly sports to talk for you guys today. Well, I should say I'm going to talk about the A.J. Brown drama and what I really think of that. If you want to share your thoughts, that's what we're going to kick off the show with. So dial that number up now. And just really, I feel like a lot of media in Philadelphia is getting softer. Everybody's kind of dancing around this. Everybody's kind of afraid to talk about this. I'm going to dive right into it. I'm not going to be shy, but I'm also going to give AJ some credit, right? I think AJ is very misunderstood in his message, and I want to get into that too. But I definitely think you got to be wiser. You got to be smarter than going on a Commanders fan stream and talking smack about your offense. You're an NFL professional. So we'll get into that. I'm going to give you guys my power rankings after that for my top 10 teams right now, and you guys can let me know if that list is valid or not. All you NFL fans, that's a reason to stick around. Shouldn't be too long on the A.J. Brown stuff. And then after that, I'm going to preview my Birds going up against the Lions, possibly the most important game for the Eagles so far this year, and definitely the most important game for the Lions so far this year. I know that they talked about having this game circled on their calendar. Well, guess what? It's here. We're ready. It's going to be in Philadelphia. It's going to be windy as hell, but the weather should be pretty solid. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go up for the game or not and tailgate. I'm still like on the fence because I've never done interviews with Lions fans. So I feel like Detroit fans are pretty fun. So I feel like it would be kind of cool to get some interviews with some Lions fans. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. If there's any Detroit fans out there that want to call into the show during that segment, please. By all means, I'd love that. And if I do burp a little bit during the show, God forgive me. Just having a little shake and trying to, it's not normally just me. So I'd really appreciate it. If somebody wants to call in, 302-316-4848. But let's get into this A.J. Brown drama while we're waiting for our first call-in of the day. And that's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing, A.J. Brown? I don't understand why AJ is doing these things where it's like you're going on a Commanders fan stream. Then you're talking shit about your offense. And then you wonder why. Why? Why is your team mad at you? Now, I know that every old head from South Jersey and Delco and all the other areas is going to be like pissed about it and is like, get AJ Brown out of here. We don't need this drama. This is ridiculous at this point. It keeps happening. Go. Get him out. Trade him. Well, it's too late to trade him, first off. Second off, AJ's a very valuable piece to this offense. Like, Smitty is not the player that Smitty is without AJ Brown. And I think Smitty will tell you that, and I think AJ will tell you that. And I'm not saying that Smitty doesn't make amazing catches. God forbid, did you guys see last week? And I'm not saying that I would keep AJ over Smitty. I would keep Smitty over AJ. Just for the long term, the business side. Smitty's a little bit younger, better mindset, I think. Nothing against AJ. I think AJ's the better wide receiver right now. But I think that Smitty is long-term a very good investment at wide receiver. Like, that was a very good pick by the Eagles. Because when have you ever heard of Devontae Smith issue? Nothing against AJ. But you got to know with this city, right? When you play for it and when you play in it, that everything you say is going to be micro-analyzed. Everything that you think is going to be micro-analyzed. Everything that you say, everything that you do, everything. The car you drive, literally the car this dude drove was micro-analyzed. Drove a Honda to the game, and they're like, oh, yeah, where's his Bugatti or whatever? I don't know what he has. It was some kind of foreign car that began with a B. Maybe it was his Rolls Royce. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have a Bugatti. But the point is, a man can't drive a Honda in the snow because he doesn't want to fuck up his nice car, right? Like, I just think that AJ's smarter than this, in my opinion. And I think AJ kind of knew what he was doing. I really do. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm stupid either. And you guys, Philly fans, you guys owe yourself the respect that you shouldn't have to sit here and pretend that you're stupid either, right? Like, that's the thing I don't like about a lot of Philly sports media is they don't want to talk about the A.J. Brown drama because they don't want to piss A.J. Brown off. A.J. Brown plays for the city at the end of the day. Not saying he's not the best wide receiver we've ever had. I told you that when he came here. I said he's going to beat out T.O. He's going to be a better wide receiver, and it happened. But you got to keep in mind, like, you're still allowed to have opinions and have thoughts, just like he is, right? Just like he is. So I think that he's frustrated with what Kevin Patullo's doing, and it reminds him a lot of Brian Johnson, and that's why we're in the same exact scenario that we're in. But I wouldn't voice that out to the public. You never air out your shit. We're back. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what the hell happened there. I'm on my iPhone's Wi-Fi now. So I guess my dad's Starlink. Shout out to Elon Musk. Come on, man, get your shit together. It's not working. But back to the point. Whether it be in your family life, in your relationships, in your friendships, in your business, in your game plan for Sunday, never air out your shit. And he went out and aired out his shit from the locker room. And that's what really upset me. It's like, come on, AJ, you got to be smarter, man. You got to know that when you are on a Commanders fan, like, they're enemy territory. They are enemy territory. So half of those people, at least watching Rondo's stream, are Commanders fans, hypothetically. So everything that you say, they're micro-analyzing too, to look for a reason for you to come become a Washington Commander. That's what NFL fans do. I was doing it this morning with Tyreek Hill. Shout out to KJ and Chris in the group chat. But I guess in my opinion, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm sorry. Obviously, golden hour right now. I'm trying to adjust for the camera. Got to get a new one. We'll get a new studio set up. Apologies again, going through a move. But hey, we're going to get a new studio. It's going to be sick. And hopefully we'll be able to have some in-person shows for Sippin' Sports. So stay tuned for that. But at the end of the day, I'm really upset with AJ and just disappointed. Like, I just thought that he was better than that and smarter. And you can't go on a Commanders fans live stream and say those things and then come back to the team on Monday and be like, hey, everything's all good. We ready? Like, no, you just threw the whole offense under the bus on this stream. And I know that Jalen Hurts has probably got to be sitting there going, oh, my God, because A.J. Brown has been a gift from God to Jalen Hurts. He has helped his career tremendously. I don't think that NFL fans will tell you any different. I don't think that Eagles fans will tell you any different. We know. But at the end of the day, I think for me, I want to see A.J. Brown be a more mature A.J. Brown. You look at what Stephon Diggs has done in New England. He's helped Drake May elevate to a whole new level. They're 9-2 now. They're the best team in the NFL. Who would have thought? But they're there. I think for Philly, what we got to do is we got to start to get our mindset of how do we, and that's the thing about New England too. You think that they don't have locker room issues? You think that there's not things going on behind closed doors that we're not hearing about? Come on. You know what I'm saying? But they don't air it out. They do a very good job of keeping that shit in the locker room. Vrabel is a great coach. I think that he also has their respect in a similar way to Sirianni, where players want to play hard for him, but they don't think that he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he's not a meathead. He's not a head case. He understands the game of football at a very intelligent, high level. And when they go out there, they understand that he has the calculated best decision for their team. Same with Dan Campbell, who we play this weekend. But I just think for me with A.J. Brown, I want to see a more mature A.J. Brown. I want to see you can go on a stream. You can say how you feel, whatever. And then you double down on it too. Like Devin Caney asked him about it. She's like, hey, what was the motive behind that comment? Like, would you say that for? And he's like, what comment? And then she explained it. She's like, the live stream with Rondo. And he's like, oh, yeah, I don't regret saying anything. It's like, okay, well, that's good to know. But why do you feel that? And then, with the reporters, it's a little bit shorter, right? And I get it. He probably doesn't feel as comfortable with the reporters to sit there and have that full-on discussion about why he's not happy with Kevin Patullo. Like, it's a professional work environment, not, on a live stream with your friend, casual conversation. I totally get that. But at the end of the day, it's just like, you got to understand when you're at the top of the top, when you're a Super Bowl champion, when you're A.J. fucking Brown, all eyes are going to be on you at all times. Always open, all eyes always on you. So you got to be smarter, brother. That's all I got to say. I love A.J. Brown. I'm the biggest A.J. Brown fan. Wanted him to come here when he came here. Was happy that he came here. But you got to be smarter, or this is going to end up like a T.O. situation. And the sad part is it's not even a T.O. and McNabb, right? Like, Jalen and you are good. It's going to be a T.O. and organization type of departure, which, I don't know. It's a shame. Let me know in the comments, though, what are you guys thinking about this whole A.J. Brown thing? If anybody wants to call into the show, let me know. I'd love to bring somebody on here. But I want to actually show you guys some power rankings that I had. So this is something we'll probably continue with week to week, at least on Sippin' Sports moving forward, especially during the NFL season. I love power rankings. So I think if we could do a cool power ranking segment, that would be a ton of fun. But I wanted to show you guys, this is my power rankings currently throughout 10 weeks. So obviously I'm a little bit biased, but I got the Birds at number 1. Why is that? I just feel like the Eagles, obviously Super Bowl champion, they're probably around realistically right now the 4th or 5th best team in the NFL. But when you look at the Eagles, the Rams, the Bills, and the Lions, 2 of those franchises I don't even know have won a Super Bowl, and the Bills and Lions. And the Rams are good, and Stafford has the experience. Maybe they should be one, but I'm an Eagles fan. Am I really going to put the Rams above us? And we beat them last year, too. Colts, I think, have earned their respect at 5. Honestly, I should look to move the Patriots up. That's my only mistake here, but I'm not. You know what? I would probably switch out. Watch this. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. There you go, Pats fans. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots at number 7. Drake May, really good, 9-2. I feel like the Patriots are going to continue this. I really do. So I'll go ahead and move the Patriots up. But yeah, I got Eagles 1, Rams 2, Bills 3, Lions 4, Colts 5, Bucks 6. Don't sleep on Baker. He's got the experience, and the Bucks are only going to get healthier. The Patriots, the Broncos, the Chiefs at 9, and the Chargers. Yep, the Chargers have been winning a lot of games this year, guys. They're a sneaky good team, and I think that the Chargers are more impactful than people will give them credit for. So yeah, let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. That way I can just have it up. But these are my power rankings for my top 10 teams throughout 10 weeks in the NFL. Let me know what you guys agree with. Let me know what you guys disagree with. I like this list. I mean, Eagles 1, Rams 2, Bills 3, Lions 4, Colts 5. Colts have been really good this year too. Like, nobody expected them, I think, to come out of there like they did. But Carly, the Colts owner, is extremely Jim Irsay's daughter, Carly Irsay, sorry. But their owner, she is locked in. Like, she's a very good NFL owner, and she's at everything. Like, if the team does something, she's there. And I respect that a lot. I really do. So I think that she's a very in-tune owner. She's in tune with her players. She's in tune with her team. The Colts also just made a huge trade, trading 2 first-round draft picks. Yes, not 1, but 2. 2 first-round draft picks to the Jets. Who won that trade? Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to say the Jets, right? Anytime you get 2 first-round draft picks for a player, you have a chance to knock it out of the park twice, like the Eagles did with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, right? 2 picks right there. So they have 2 first-rounders right now that they could do anything with. And then the Colts get a proven elite Pro Bowl cornerback. I'll give them that. But the problem is, I think Sauce Gardner is like 25. So in the NFL, cornerbacks, I would say median age is probably 27, 28, 29. So he's going to start to be in that. You got him for 2 years. What I'm trying to say, my point I'm trying to make, the Colts need to go to the Super Bowl in the next year or 2. And if they don't, I really think that this trade isn't going to pan out well for them. Because I'm not saying that Sauce Gardner isn't an exceptional cornerback. I'm not saying Sauce Gardner is a beast. I'm saying that a cornerback, when you look at a team like the Eagles, it's not that it's a disposable position, because the corners this year were not disposable. But you look at the 2018 team, and you could argue a lot of those corners could have been replaceable. But there's certain players that aren't. So I think that the Colts really need to figure out, okay, who's going to lead us to the Super Bowl offensively? Is it Richardson? Is it someone else? Is it, Daniel Jones? Who's it going to be that's going to be our guy? Because our team defensively is pretty much built for it, and there right now. But if not, well, we'll see what'll happen. But I got faith. I really do. I think that the Colts honestly have proven a lot. I think that they have a good owner, which means that they have a good direction. And I think that they're going to continue that. Let me know in the comments, who were your top 3 NFL teams this year and why? I'm interested to hear. I got the Eagles, the Rams, and the Bills. Buffalo too. Let's talk about Buffalo for a second. The Buffalo Bills, this is their last year, I think, that they're going to have at doing this. And if they don't, they should heavily consider starting to rebuild. Not saying get rid of Josh Allen, saying rebuild everything around Josh Allen, because you're going to have basically 2 lives with Josh Allen, right? They talk about when an eagle gets to a certain age, it goes up on the mountaintop and starts pecking, and all that and breaks its new skin, and voila. Josh Allen, you're at this midpoint of your career of where you're either going to win a Super Bowl or you're going to end up being like somebody like Tony Romo. Very well liked, not by Eagles fans, but my point is in the media. Very well liked, but not very many accolades. You can say, cool, I beat Patrick Mahomes a couple times during the regular season. You've never made it to a Super Bowl that I know of. So there's that. You've been in a couple AFC championship games, but you've never won one. So you got to get it together. And I like the Bills a lot. I respect the Bills a lot. I think that the Bills are a solid franchise. I think a lot of people like to make fun of them. And I think that the Bills take care of their players. And I think that the Bills take care of their fans. So I really like the Bills. And I want to see them pull that out. Because if there's anybody that reminds me of Philadelphia, that's not Philadelphia, it's Buffalo. But yeah, I want to see Buffalo get it together. Because if they don't, this window is going to close for them with Josh Allen, with James Cook, with that tight end group of Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. They need to figure it out. And if they don't, you're going to have somebody like Drake May in your division who's going to be creeping up. The Dolphins have been playing really good football the past 2 weeks. And then the Jets, I think only give the Jets a matter of time. I am a big proponent for Justin Fields. My friends will tell you that. I like him a lot. I like him going into this year, especially as far as fantasy goes. But I think leadership-wise, he reminds me a lot of Jalen Hurts. So I think that they could also be like the Bills. I'm telling you, this is their last year to make it or break it. And if they don't, they're going to start to look to be a wild card team in the next couple of years. You got the Broncos, too, that are coming into the AFC, right? The Chiefs are always going to be there. The Chiefs are always their kryptonite. The Chargers, there's not going to be enough room to go around in the AFC between wild cards and winning the division. And I just don't know that the Bills are going to win the division every year, especially with the way that the Patriots are playing right now. So interesting. 4, we got the Lions. The Lions are having a good season, don't get me wrong. But I think that the Lions, same thing almost as the Bills. And that's why I put them here. Because they have the proven QB. They have the proven team. It's just a matter of them actually executing now. There's only one team that can win the Super Bowl every year, right? Like, that's the beauty of it. The beauty and the downfall for some people. Last year, it was the Birds. We got ours. But who's going to win it this year? I think that the Lions and the Bills probably have the 2 QBs that are the most prepared besides Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes and Matt Stafford, the 3 that have done it, to go win a Super Bowl. So that's why I have them all the way up here in my power rankings, because usually QB play translates well in the playoffs. Moving along now, you got that game this weekend, which we're about to preview here in a minute, so I'm not going to preview that too much. But the Bucs, Baker Mayfield, I think, is very solid. I think a lot of people don't give him enough credit. Patriots, I think, like I've talked about with Drake May, he's been a very solid addition. Stephon Diggs has been exceptional for them. And same thing with Bo Nix for the Broncos. He has really blossomed into his own and being a really good NFL QB, going out there, making great decisions, playing great football. So I'm excited to see what he turns his career into. Chiefs at 9. I mean, how can you not leave the Chiefs out of the top 10? They're always going to be there, especially while Patrick Mahomes is in the league with Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. Come on. Like, you can never count those guys out. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And then last but not least, for number 10, my 10 spot, I got the Chargers. I think that the Chargers are a solid team this year. I really do. I text one of my professors, shout out to Mr. Alaruzo if you ever listen to the show, but he's a huge Chargers fan, and he'll text me all the time when the Chargers will win. And I love it because the Chargers are better than people think that they are. Like, they're that team that's sneakily going to be there, and then before you know it, they could be a 1 seed in the AFC because the Patriots aren't there, right? So keep an eye on the Chargers. I think that the Chargers are going to make a name for themselves if the Broncos slip up. But, man, that AFC West, I guess it is, between Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, and then the Raiders, the redheaded stepchild. But, God, those 3 teams are just having a season on a tangent. And then kind of my honorable mentions, 11, I had the Seahawks. 12, I had the Bears. 13, I had the 49ers. 14, I had the Vikings. 15, I had the Steelers. And 16, I had the Panthers. I got to change some things, especially on those lower ones. I don't know what's what there. Still going to play around with some of them and see what I think, see what other people think, and then go with my gut. But that's what I got as far as my power rankings. Let me know yours, top 10. I'd love to see them in the comments. That'd be fun. But let's go ahead and move on to our last segment, which if anybody wants to call in, now's your chance. Now's the time. That number's 302-316-4848. And that question, how do you guys think that the Eagles will do this weekend against the Lions? I think it'll be a good game. I really do. I think that they will honestly use this as a prove-it game. Like, if the Eagles win this game, this is going to feel like a playoff game for them. Mid-November, good team coming into your field, wind. They want to beat you. You know, they've talked about it all season last year and this year. There's kind of some animosity, I guess you could say. And I think it's a good rivalry that could happen. I think that the Lions remind me a lot of the Eagles. Detroit and Buffalo are probably the two cities that remind me the most of Philadelphia. Green Bay's up there too. But I feel like, and New York, I got to give New York credit too, but not as far as architecture and some of the people go. But yeah, I just think that this game, Dan Campbell, he wants to beat Nick Sirianni. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown wants to get the ball. Saquon Barkley's going to probably do his thing. Like, there's so much to go right. Kevin Patullo has his thumb up his ass. He doesn't know what he's doing. There's so much of the ball to go around that this could either go very well for the Eagles, of where it's going to be like when we played the Lions maybe 4 or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago, where we were in Detroit and we just beat the shit out of them with Jalen Hurts. It was like 34-3 or something, I think, at one point. Or this is going to go close game. I do not see the Lions beating the shit out of the Eagles. Maybe it might be like that Rams game where we have a comeback. I could see that, where we're down and then the second half comes and we come back. But I just don't see in my head the Eagles getting their ass whooped by the Lions. I could see the Eagles losing in a close game. I could see the Eagles whooping the Lions' ass. But I just don't see this Lions team, I feel like, is very underperforming. And I feel like has kind of underperformed for the past couple of years. So I want to see the Lions get it together. I root for the Lions a lot of times. But Jared Goff just doesn't do it for me. I'm not convinced. I don't think he's all that. So that's kind of my take on it. But that's all we really got for you guys. I don't want to get too much more into it. Got to see what happens. I also have to get ready to stop by my house for an open house thing, so I want to get ready for that. But we will be better about Sippin' Sports. I apologize for kind of the what's the word I want to use? Hiatus. I apologize for the hiatus away from Sippin' Sports, but we are back. We will be back next week. KJ, Ryan, and I will be hammering out Philly sports. I want to do something with these power rankings weekly so we can have a weekly discussion about it. And get your coffee ready and everything, because we got a lot of good things on the horizon at 302 Birds. Also looking to go to that Raiders game December 14th or 15th. So if you guys are around for that and want to be interviewed, want to tailgate, or want to be in the vlog, please let us know. Other than that, mark your calendars. If you are watching the show any day this week, we will be at Klondike Kate's on this Monday. No, next Sunday. Yes, sorry, next Sunday. Next Sunday, we will be at Klondike Kate's for the Eagles-Cowboys away game, 11/23, November 23rd, 4 o'clock. I'll be getting there a little bit early. I don't think that there's any issue if you want to get there early and watch the 1 o'clock game at the bar and hang out. The sleigh bar will be open, so get your Christmas on. I'll have all my Christmas Eagles hat, and it's going to be a party. But other than that, I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody has a great week. And as always, God bless. Go Birds. Let's go ahead and beat the Lions. See you guys.
now listening to Sippin' Sports, a Philly sports talk morning show